Do you ever feel winded just from climbing a flight of stairs? Or maybe you get out of breath walking a short distance and wonder why. You're definitely not alone, and it's not always because you're unfit. Welcome to Health Daily. Today, we're going to break down what's really going on when you feel breathless, how to tell when it's serious, and most importantly, what you can do to improve your breathing fast and naturally. First, let's do a quick crash course on how breathing actually works. Think of it as a three-part system. Part 1. Your lungs pull in oxygen from the air. Part 2. Your heart acts like a delivery truck, pumping that oxygen-rich blood all around your body. Part 3. Your muscles use that oxygen as fuel to create energy. If any single part of this system struggles, you're going to feel out of breath. Common weak points include narrowed airways, weak lungs, poor blood flow, low oxygen levels in your blood, or even a weak heart function. When one part of this chain breaks down, the whole system feels the strain, and that's when you start gasping for air. So what are the most common culprits behind feeling breathless? Let's dive in. First and foremost, it could simply be a lack of fitness. This is probably the most common reason. If your heart and lungs aren't conditioned, they have to work much harder to supply your body with oxygen during any kind of activity. The key signs are feeling breathless after basic activities like carrying groceries, but then recovering pretty quickly once you sit down and rest. The fix is simple and effective. Start with 20 to 30 minutes of light walking 5 times a week. The goal isn't to push yourself to exhaustion, it's about consistency. Over time, you can gradually increase the intensity or duration. Your body will adapt, and you'll find those stairs getting easier and easier. Next up is anemia. This is a big one that often gets overlooked. Anemia means you have low levels of hemoglobin, which is the protein in your red blood cells responsible for carrying oxygen. If you don't have enough hemoglobin, it doesn't matter how deeply you breathe, your blood just can't transport enough oxygen to your muscles. Besides shortness of breath, other signs of anemia include constant fatigue, feeling dizzy, having a fast heartbeat, and noticeably pale skin. To fix this, focus on iron-rich foods like spinach, red meat, lentils, and beans. If a blood test confirms you have anemia, your doctor might also recommend an iron supplement. Another common cause is asthma. With asthma, your airways become narrow, inflamed, and swollen, making it much harder for air to move in and out of your lungs. This often comes with a distinct wheezing sound, a feeling of tightness in your chest, and breathlessness that gets worse in cold or dusty weather or during exercise. The solution here is to work with your doctor. They might prescribe inhalers to open up your airways. It's also crucial to identify and avoid your personal triggers, which could be anything from pollen and dust to pet dander or certain foods. Don't underestimate the power of your mind over your body. Stress and anxiety can absolutely make you feel out of breath. When you're anxious, your body's fight-or-flight response kicks in, causing you to take rapid, shallow breaths from your chest. This is called hyperventilation. It can create a scary feeling that you're suffocating or can't get a deep, satisfying breath. You might also notice chest tightness or a tingling sensation in your hands and feet. The best way to combat this is to consciously slow your breathing down. Try breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds, holding for a moment, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth. Grounding techniques like focusing on what you can see, hear, and feel can also pull you out of an anxious spiral. And it's a good idea to reduce caffeine as it can heighten anxiety. Of course, more serious lung conditions can also be the cause. Things like COPD, which stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or lung infections like pneumonia directly damage your lungs' ability to function. They can reduce the lungs' capacity to expand or impair their ability to absorb oxygen from the air. The signs here are usually more persistent and severe. You might have a chronic cough that just won't go away, produce a lot of mucus, and experience long-term, ongoing breathlessness that doesn't just happen with activity. If you have these symptoms, it is absolutely essential to get a proper medical diagnosis. A doctor can prescribe treatments and recommend specific lung-strengthening breathing exercises to help manage the condition. Similarly, heart problems can be a major cause of breathlessness. If your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently, fluid can back up into your lungs. This is known as congestive heart failure. It makes your lungs feel heavy and congested, leading to shortness of breath. A telltale sign of a heart-related issue is feeling breathless when you're lying down flat, which forces you to prop yourself up with pillows to sleep. Other signs include swollen legs or ankles and a rapid or irregular heartbeat. These symptoms warrant an immediate medical evaluation. A doctor can run tests to check your heart function and recommend treatments and a heart-healthy lifestyle. Finally, a very straightforward cause is being overweight. Carrying extra body mass, especially around the midsection, puts physical pressure on your lungs and diaphragm. Your diaphragm is the big muscle under your lungs that helps you breathe. When it can't move freely, each breath becomes harder work. Your heart also has to work harder to pump blood to a larger body mass. The fix here is a combination of sustainable weight management through a balanced diet and incorporating regular movement into your day. Even small changes can make a huge difference in taking the load off your respiratory system. Now, it's really important to know when shortness of breath is a medical emergency. You should seek immediate help if you experience sudden, severe shortness of breath that comes out of nowhere. Other red flags include chest pain, blue lips or fingers, feeling faint or actually fainting, or breathlessness that gets rapidly worse over a short period. These can be signs of a serious problem, like a heart attack or a pulmonary embolism, so don't wait. Call for emergency services right away. Okay, so now that we know the causes, what can you do to improve your breathing naturally? Here are some powerful techniques you can start today. First, practice diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing. Most of us breathe shallowly from our chests, especially when we're stressed. To do this, lie on your back with one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose, focusing on making your belly rise instead of your chest. Then, exhale slowly. This technique strengthens your diaphragm and helps you use your full lung capacity. Second is pursed lip breathing. This is fantastic for slowing your breathing down and is especially helpful if you have a lung condition like asthma or COPD. Simply breathe in through your nose for 2 counts and then purse your lips as if you're about to whistle. And breathe out slowly and gently for 4 counts. This helps release air that might be trapped in your lungs. Of course, light exercise is key. Regular, gentle movement like walking, cycling, or swimming conditions your heart and lungs to work more efficiently. Start slow and listen to your body. The goal is progress, not perfection. As we discussed, weight management is crucial. Reducing excess body weight takes a significant amount of pressure off your diaphragm and lungs, making it physically easier to breathe. Also, focus on an iron-rich diet. Foods like leafy greens, beans, and lean meats can help prevent or correct anemia, ensuring your blood can carry all the oxygen you're breathing in. Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water helps keep the mucus in your airways thin and easy to clear. When you're dehydrated, mucus can become thick and sticky, clogging your airways and making breathing more difficult. And finally, try to avoid air pollutants as much as you can. This includes cigarette smoke, strong chemical fumes from cleaning products, dust, and aerosols. Use air purifiers at home if you can, and try to get fresh air whenever possible. So, what's the final takeaway? Getting out of breath easily isn't always a sign of a scary disease, but it is a clear signal from your body that something needs your attention. Whether it's your lungs, your heart, your blood, or even your stress levels. Improving the flow of oxygen through your body can change everything about how you feel. Your breath is your life force. It's time to start taking care of it. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health tips. Stay healthy and breathe easy.